Peggy Rometo, and this is the Weekly Wake Up. Okay, so each and every week we slow down, tune in, so that we can get accustomed to being able to receive the messages that the universe wants us to pay attention to. It allows us to step into that co-creative place so that we can really become who we want to be, and so we can be seen in the world and accomplish the things that we desire, right? So having our intuition being at a heightened state allows us to be able to navigate things that maybe we would be blindsided by otherwise, or maybe we'd miss the opportunity. So the value in being able to practice checking in every day or listening at a deeper level is to give us that edge, right? In relationship, in personal business, in responsibility, and in joy and fulfillment, all available to us, right? But we have to pay attention. We have to be awake. So hence the Weekly Wake Up. All right, guys. So we always go by closing our eyes, putting our focus inside of our heart, dropping down to the center of the earth, and then breathing up and down white light 3 times up to the top of the head, and then exhaling, letting go of everything that you think you should know so that you can open to what is possible, right? And the idea of actually being able to use your imagination helps to open us up to that creative force so that we can get the answers we need. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. So close your eyes, relax. Just let go, and then 3 long breaths. Okay, all right, so right away, you guys, this week, there is some tension in the air. There's some potential escalation of some things. A lot of people are up in arms about different conversations or ideas. The thing that's gonna really support us all in getting through this week is letting go of expectation, letting go of thinking we know the answers, and just being able to meet each moment by being present. And when we're present in the moment, we don't bring that past baggage with us. We don't bring our future expectation of how it was supposed to look or how it's supposed to be. And it allows us to really be in the moment so that we can handle and react to whatever's going on in the moment in the most peaceful and creative and loving manner. So there's likely to be some tension early in the week, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm just feeling a little bit squeezed, a little alarmed. And what there is to do is just to let go, right? When we can let go of what we think it's supposed to look like, now new information can come in. Now we can see kind of like the pieces that are out there floating around that, oh, I need to know this and I need to do that, and wow, this isn't happening, so let's move this over here, right? So there's these different elements that we may be challenged with this week, and if we can just be present and not be attached and not have any expectations about the outcome, we're gonna all be better off. That just means we'll be more fluid in the moment. And when you're more fluid in the moment, you have more of your presence, your mind, your intellect, your intuition, and it'll be easier to handle any emotional outbursts, any difficulties in business or in personal relationships, and you'll be able to be guided in the moment. And that's most important. And it will keep you from, running around the sky is falling, right? And by doing that, you'll be able to pull back and you'll know exactly what actions to take. All right, so let's see what else is in store for us this week. Okay, so for a lot of people, there's a celebration in the idea that you can handle this, that you can handle whatever's going on, that you're remaining calm, cool, and collected, right? That you're not up in arms, and that you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you actually know how to navigate it. So for a lot of you, there's going to be big successes this week in that whatever that challenge is or that miscue that's happened, you're going to be able to see your way through it. And just by being patient and calm in the moment, you're going to be able to see that path lay in front of you so that you can take every step that you need to take and be able to minimize any doubt that may show up, right? So in that regard, there's a lot of success for a lot of people by just letting go and allowing yourself to trust in the moment. All right, good. All right, so let's see what else is in store for us this coming week. And for some people, money may be an issue. You may have a higher expense. You may find there may be some unexpected bills, hospital bills or car payments or things that were unexpected. Maybe there's a closing that you miscalculated and you're not getting as much money as you wanted. So you need money to a bridge loan from one house to another house that you were buying. Or maybe you have taxes due and you're short and you need to borrow some money. So they're just saying whatever it is, whether it's a school loan, whether it's an IRS debt, whether it's paying off a mortgage or a credit card, just know that there's money available for you to buy, and there's more money coming in on the back end. So money and money going out, but more money coming back in. So don't be alarmed about bigger bills that you may get this week. There's enough money coming behind it to cover it, okay? And you know, for some of us, it may mean that you may have to ask a favor, or you may have to get uncomfortable and go to your boss and ask for an advance. All these things that we don't like to do, but that are necessary sometimes in our life. And just know that you've got the support. The universe is going to support you, but you may have to put your hand up and say, hey, I need some help. And that's never fun. So just know that that could be something that you're looking at this week. All right, so let's see what else is in store for us this week. For some of you, there's going to be a reconnection with family, with friends, an opportunity to be seen and heard differently than you've been in the past. And you just want to be subtle, right? You want to make sure that if you've had some big changes going on in your life, you know, sometimes it's always not the best thing to announce it to everybody. Sometimes it's like, you know, just watch the subtle realms, notice how they're feeling, how they're responding to you, because there's different ways in which we can tell people our secrets, or we can share with people the new things we've discovered about ourselves. But you want to be sensitive to where other people are at, so that they don't shut you down or push you away. So just want you to have success. For those of you that find yourself wanting to open up about yourself, or maybe wanting to open up about something that you've just recently experienced, you want to make sure that the other person is capable and able of hearing you and holding you in a way that honors you, right? And we do that by being tentative. We do that by, you know, just being a little bit precautious, and, you know, maybe you say a sentence or two and ask them their thoughts on something. And before you just say, hey, you know, this is my new life, this is who I am, or this is what I do, or this is what I've discovered about myself. Because there can be some disconnect that can happen in the communication, and then you end up feeling like you've not been heard, and then it shuts you down, and then therefore you don't want to go around exposing yourself again because you're feeling not accepted or not heard. So you're just being asked to kind of, you know, just take the temperature, right, of the people that you're talking to, and notice if they're the right people you should be sharing this information with, this information that's really tender to your heart. So just be aware. Just don't want to go out there and just hang it out there and say who you are, and, you know, because people can actually, you know, go away, they'll shut it down, or it's just, there's just a sensitivity here that you're being asked to, so that you can really be supported. So you just want to know your audience, right? So before you open up about something deep that's connected inside of you. All right, so let's see what else is in store for us this week that we need to be aware of. Now, patience is going to play a big role in this week in allowing us to just kind of keep our cool, hang back, notice what's going on, seeing all sides of a story before we jump in and assume we know what's going on. You're just being asked to be more of an observer this week. And being the observer, you're going to actually be able to bring warmth and insight to people that may be struggling, right? So being an observer this week is really important. That means that we're not rushing in with judgment. We're not rushing in with, hey, I'll fix this. We're not rushing in with, hey, I'm going to blame you, right? So it's about just observing, hanging back, and just watching. And by doing that, you're going to give whatever the situation is room to breathe, to unfold, and allow other people to come in and join the support, so that more hands are involved, more hands are on deck, and people are able to like love one another and feel positive. So this could be a situation at work. It could be a situation at your home. It could be a such situation between you and your loved one, or your partner, or your business partner. So there's just some attention and some things that will show up this week, and you're just being asked to be the observer, so you don't rush in and don't rush to judgment. Okay, let's see if there's any final surprises for us this week. That seems, you know, a lot of this has to be around this new moon that's showing up here around the 8th. ninth, and that's the energy where this kind of war can come in, these opposing forces. And I just don't want you to get caught in that. And what you're being guided, or we're all being guided to do, is just kind of step back and be more in that observer and just send love, right? Just send love to the situation. We don't always have to get involved, but just send love, right? And sometimes that's the only thing there is to do. All right, so let's see if there's any surprises for us this week. Yeah, for some people, there's going to be a nice surprise of relief. Like you're going to really get some good news, some timeliness. Things are happening on time. Things are moving forward. There's a popularity growing, a movement growing for you and for what you want to accomplish. So there's some really good energy coming in, instinctual things that you're automatically doing. Some of you may, be chosen or selected for something that you would see as a really positive advancement in your career. So there's some good news showing up here too. And there's some nice, finally it feels like a little bit of momentum with a project that you were trying to get off the ground or move in a certain direction. You know, Mars for a while was asleep, right? Now it's finally moving forward, and it's just not moving forward really fast, right? So things are taking longer to congeal and come together, and so what we're going to see is we're going to start to see a little bit of movement. For some of you, you might see a little bit of movement around that. Of course, we also know that Venus is now retrograde, and what that's the planet of fun and money and beauty, and so all that means is that we just have to rise above that planet, and we have to use more of our co-creative force to get things done, right? So it's more like we have to be thinking, we have to be using all of our intuitive insights and our ability to be able to mask, uncover things. Things don't just happen on their own. They need our energy and our support to get advanced now for these next, 6 weeks, I think it is, to like November 16th, I think. Anyway, that date could be wrong. But anyway, it's several weeks, let's just say that. The bottom line is I really, towards the end of the week, there's going to be a relief for a lot of you and more of an opening. So just this kind of Tuesday, Wednesday, there might be a little bit of a grind. I've got a bit of a headache as I talk about it. Being calm is the answer. Being just open